Yo, and it's Delts in the house, and welcome to the first episode of Ballers Corner. I got my brother Wiz, aka Warren. You know what I mean? What you telling me, my G?
Good, my bro.
Love for coming true,
Thank
bro.
you, man.
I appreciate it, fam. Come on.
Thank you.
You get me? But obviously today, we are obviously going to give you that talk. It's Ballers Corner, so if you lot don't know about it, obviously, you see me on What You Telling Me podcast. This is just a break off. We're going to do a little bit talk about football. Today, anyway, it's going to be football. Sometimes it's going to be the combat corner. Some episodes where we'll be talking about MMA. We'll be catching up on some of the finest fights. Boxing as well, of course. Like, I'm not biased. I try not to be. You know what I mean? But today, of course, World Cup. And you're an Arsenal fan as well. So we got loads to talk about.
Yes.
Loads.
It's about time.
So,
about time.
cool.
About
Yo,
time.
first and foremost, Argentina won the World Cup. I'm gonna just go straight in with a hardcore question. Did they deserve it?
Do you know what's mad? It was a long time coming for them, I'd say. Especially, Maradona. He won the World Cup, and obviously he lived up to the history. And obviously, Messi was the next to win the World Cup. I always believed that Messi's going to win World Cup at some day.
Yeah.
I've always believed in that. There's no doubt. So, in terms of players like Messi, definitely deserved it. Di Maria as well. Because he's been in the game for some time as well.
Indeed.
And also the young boy, what's his name that plays for Man City, that wears number 19? Is it
Alvarez, Eddie Alvarez?
Yeah,
Eddie Alvarez?
No,
I keep saying Eddie Alvarez, because like I think I'm so into MMA, that I'm thinking about the MMA. I'm sure it's not Eddie Alvarez. Guys, pardon me, I'm gonna quickly do my research. Carry on while I do my research. I sound like an idiot.
But even him, being signed to Man City, I didn't expect that.
Julian Alvarez.
Cool.
Sorry, guys.
Do you know what it is? Even him joining Man City, big deal for him. Big start to his career as well. But to see him perform World Cup for the first time, and not only he just won the World Cup alongside players like Messi and Di Maria, he also scored in the World Cup as well.
Yeah. And, so he wasn't just one of those assisting or supporting strikers. Supporting Jonathan Waters. You know them. Them guys. He'll run for you all day. You can love him. You will respect him, but you can't expect him to get you the winning goal all the time. You know what I mean? I hear you. But he did. He done it. He done his job.
He's done his job, especially the position that he's playing in as well. The expectation is to at least get a goal.
Yeah, of course.
At least. So
and you know what? People don't think, Messi's in the team and he's probably our main focal point. As opposed to a let's say a orthodox football team, an orthodox lineup, the focal point is the striker. You work around what the striker can do. If the striker's a hold-up player, there's a way you're going to play around that striker. If the striker gets in behind, there's a way you're going to play around it. So obviously he's when you've got Messi being the main guy, and he's probably going to be the guy. Alvarez, Messi, both available. You're going to pass it to Messi if you're in the Argentina shirt.
Yeah.
So there is that bit of pressure on him, man. I have to respect him for coming through. But the question, though, I have to ask you, is did they deserve it? Now, let's not talk about a long way coming. Let's not talk about, how this young player and how well he done, because I would argue Mbappe done better as a young player. So
100%.
So why didn't he win it? You know what I mean? So obviously I'm gonna ask, what made Argentina worthy of winning it for you? In that, obviously they won it, so that's easy. But I want what did they do that maybe other teams didn't do?
I feel like with Argentina, I'm going to be honest with the damn team, right? So my favourites was Brazil.
Okay.
Because the reason why
killed off one of my questions, but I love it.
It was one of my favourites. But with Argentina, watching play from the start of the World Cup, and I saw something. I said, okay, this is looking quite dangerous, especially the teams who they're playing against as well. Yeah. But what really surprised me was it Argentina versus Netherlands that game. Yeah.
Okay.
So with Netherlands, with their comeback.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking, okay, how is Argentina going to deal with it?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Because
Yeah.
You work your ass off to get the win.
Yeah.
You accidentally coasted.
Yeah.
And gave them an opportunity to get back in.
And it's how they took it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one expected that. Nobody.
Yeah.
But we've seen that kind of, free kick.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago.
Yeah.
But who would have thought it would happen in World Cup?
In the World Cup,
so,
exactly.
Especially Netherlands as well. Not to say they're a bad team, but they just...
Well, they ain't won the World Cup before, so...
Exactly.
They're not favourites.
Yeah, they're not favourites at all. So obviously favourites, you got, France.
Okay, you know what? Let's go to that. Who's the favourite? Who are your favourites? Your specific favourites?
As a player or just teams?
No, teams. I think you just said...
I said Brazil.
Brazil was your favourites, yeah? Okay, Brazil. So let's talk about a little bit about that. What makes Brazil your what is it just your heart, or did you actually look at the squad and thought, okay, you know what, these man, they can do something?
I just saw the squad.
Okay, I hear you as well.
I saw the squad because when I saw who's been selected to play for World Cup, so obviously your expectations like Neymar to be blah blah blah. So then when I saw Richarlison, I thought, do
you know what? They respect him a lot more than I think the Premier League do.
No, they do. I feel like they respect in the Premier League. Richarlison got more respect he did for Everton than he's currently at now.
Yeah. But to be fair though, despite that, I do still feel like, despite them respecting him at Everton, they still always had a slight reservation.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, like so there's that like, but he could do this. Oh he's a brilliant player, but this lets him down. Like I feel like
it's always a but.
Yeah, there's always a but.
So
I for me when he was at Brazil, he looked the business in the first couple games.
He surprised me. I feel like maybe because the bicycle kick and how he took it as well, it surprised everyone. And I was like, you know what? Because for me, I wanted Jesus to be starting because obviously Jesus was on great form at Arsenal. Big up our team Arsenal.
Yeah.
But when Richarlison, was the main man starting and all of that, then he's taking his chances. I was like, wow, okay, Richarlison's actually proving me wrong.
Okay.
And but with the Brazil squad, like Richarlison, Neymar, and then you see Martinelli, again, another Arsenal prospect
but
as
he
well.
just didn't even play enough though, did he?
I know, but do you know what? The fact that you got a call up from the country you're from. Now imagine, okay, I'm Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
So imagine I'm playing ball and Nigeria calls me on my phone and say, yeah, Warren, we're just letting you know that you've been selected to play for Nigeria in World Cup. Now I'm going to lose my head. I'm going to be like, what? My homeland.
You're going to be buzzing.
You know what I mean? I'm going to go. So, if I'm not going to sit and say, you know what? I guarantee to start. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, it's overwhelming that I got a call up to play for my country in the World Cup. It's not like it's African Cup of Nations. That's still big as it is. But
no matter how hard you work for it.
No matter how hard.
When it comes, it still feels like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're playing for your home country in the World Cup. So
I mean, think about your driving test, bruv. You're going in there and if someone asks you on road, can you drive? Yeah, man, I just need to go do my test, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you get in there, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's different.
And then they bring the paper over and you're like, fuck.
Yep, the ones
even though you've done your business, you're like,
but it's the way they're marking and they're quiet and they're observing you. And you see that's pressure,
Yeah, bro.
I mean? And I believe this, in life, I believe that quote, there's two types of pressure.
Yeah.
It's a Caribbean slang, as to say, pressure bust pipes.
And
then you got pressure make diamonds. And
true.
So I believe, you see me, I make diamonds because I can deal with pressure. I've dealt with pressure many, many times. And sometimes I have, my pressure did bust pipes.
Yeah.
When I lost my, lost my shit and I'm not myself. But more time, I'm always gonna be a diamond out of the dirt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, in this case, in terms of like Martinelli, who would have thought Martinelli would be called up for the World Cup?
It's true.
Nobody thought that.
There was a few doubters in the last season. They were like, you man are overhyping and you man love him too much, man.
Lots of doubters. That's what I'm saying. But look at him. When Arsenal first signed him, out of nowhere, everyone's thinking, who's this guy? Who's this guy? His debut, he scored a great goal.
Yeah.
On his debut. And as time went on, he got the number 35 shirt. Then he got the number 11 shirt. Okay.
Working his way in.
Exactly. He's working his way in. And especially with where he's at now, everything's just flourishing for him. You know what I mean?
If it wasn't for Saka's goal contribution and Saka literally carrying the squad, I think there'll be an argument on where who deserves the 7 shirt. But to be honest with you, personally, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm the kind of guy to give Martinelli whatever number he wants, but he deserves the Thierry Henry shirt, really.
14. Yeah. I believe so, but it is.
But I mean, I feel like we ain't put respect on that. But you know what? Cool. Let's get back to, because we are going to touch on Arsenal.
Yeah.
We're going to fly through these questions first. Who are your best? Well, in fact, actually, let me give you my favourites. My favourites, I have to take the L. My favourite was Portugal, bro. Do you know what it is, bro? Let me be honest. There's loads of controversy, first of all, going on around Ronaldo. So I'm just like, yo, listen, I'm not going to lie. Let me back a brother, bro. Yeah, you lot, put a little piece more respect on his name.
Yeah, I got to defend Ronaldo, man, for what he's
done.
But
at the same time, Portugal have one of the most well-grounded squads. When you look at each area, they actually have good options.
Oh, 100%.
So you got Ronaldo, and then you got this Ramos kid who comes out of nowhere and scores a hat-trick. So so he can do the 1-2 bits and pieces.
Yeah.
You got João Felix, bro, and I can't even tell you where he plays, bro.
Oh, man.
Because the way he drifts, bro, 1 minute he's in CDM and the next minute he's in front of goal or he's in the fucking box with the ball, ready to pass it to something.
Yeah.
And then they've got Bernardo Silva. They've got Rafael Leao that's showing his bits and pieces. He's been coming up for the sub.
Yeah.
He looks like a player that could start and do little bits and pieces. He's
100%.
coming out of the sub. So I feel like, and then, maybe I'm stretching it when I'm talking about players like Pepe. But, I would argue that Pepe is a fucking animal.
You wouldn't want Pepe in the team.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd want Pepe
and experienced. Okay, but 38. Was it 38 or 39? Like one of the other.
Well, he's still doing it.
And then Ruben Diaz, isn't it? He's meant to be, supposedly meant to be one of the top defenders because he plays for Man City.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the squad. It looks good, man. João Cancelo. Bro, that team, and Guerrero plays left back,
Yeah.
Okay, so, for me, I was looking at that squad. Fuck Ronaldo, if we're talking specifically. Like, that squad, bar Ronaldo, including Ronaldo, whether you take him out or you put him in, that squad actually already looks like it's got depth in the area. So, but, they sort of done a Belgium.
Yep.
Where, Belgium always looked like they got a squad full of depth.
Proper team.
But, boom.
But it just
they can't show anything.
Yeah.
In the major tournaments.
It's like they always fumble. I don't know why.
You know what it is, bro? Sometimes when you ain't fucking won nothing or you ain't done nothing, your history ain't done nothing. Sometimes the present can't flourish.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to look at certain teams and they buy loads of players and they still can't find it. Man City took nearing 8 years before they found that Premier League. So it is very difficult. But okay, cool. Those are my favourites. We're gonna fly through these. What were your best performance? What's your best performance? The best game, I guess. The best win. Who had the best win? Yeah, and I don't want to look. I don't want to talk about the World Cup final because it was a nice game, but I wouldn't call it the best win because if France won it, I would have called it the best win.
Yeah.
Only arguably because France found themselves looking dejected. They looked like they were struggling. There was just no real sign of France coming out of the hole that they were in, and then penalty, then that fucking 1-2, he looped it, and then on the fucking volley, kaboom.
Nobody expected that one as well. No one expected that.
So if France won it, I would have called it that is the biggest snatch and grab in history, in the World Cup final history.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call the Argentina win the best win.
No, it's not the best win,
but it was a very, very good win.
Yeah,
but. It was a very good game. It was a good game. There was a controversy. I just feel like there was many moments of that game where it looked quite dead. It looked quite one-sided. France looked smoked and looked like they had nothing. And they dug it out. But it's like, imagine you're watching the game for 90 minutes. You're feeling about half an hour. And there was that talk. Sorry, I'm going off target and,
No, it's cool.
But there's that talk. And I watched it on TalkSport the other day and they had David Dean. Is it David Dean?
I think so.
Speaking about... time not being respected enough to look at. So we've looked at fouls, we've looked at VAR, we looked at the goal line tech, but we ain't looked at time. Why is a referee got to be in charge of the time? Because if you give some random guy a stop clock who's actually just watching the game and stopping the time where necessary and then putting the right... Because we were talking about the World Cup, there was like 10-minute extra time, 15-minute extra time.
Yeah.
But actually... in the World Cup, I feel like they had actually found the truth. The truth is, because when you do the maths, they've done the statistics. I think the average Premier League game was about 39. No, it was about 60 something minutes. But they said that there was records broken of a 90-minute match and the ball was only in play for 30 something minutes, and it was like a Stoke game, Stoke versus someone else. I forgot who that. Yeah. But bro, do you understand what I'm saying? It's controversial. It's controversial. So like, you know, when you got guys coming out talking about the time, in my head, like the World Cup got it right, you know, during the group stages. I feel like towards the end, they started going back normal. You know, when you go normal with the like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we're combating the time and we're giving real extra time. And then all of a sudden it's like 1 minute, 2 minutes. And we're like, yo, but we saw bare drama. Don't lie. Don't lie. Yeah. So, it does get annoying sometimes when you look at that side of the game. But back to the topic. That was me. Like,
man, get it out, man.
You know what I mean?
Get it out. Why not?
Someone hold me back, man. Like, yo, it was, you know, I had to steam it off. I do believe that, I actually agree with it. Like they do need to add more extra time, maybe deter these guys from wasting time. There was a lot of time wasting towards the end of the World Cup. There was a lot of time wasting, and I hate it. But okay, cool. Who was your best performance aside from that World Cup final? What was the best game? I can tell you mine. I'm going to be a fucking bastard and just tell you first. That you answer the first. I'll tell you this one first.
Go ahead.
Saudi Arabia, Argentina.
I was going to say the same thing.
The only team to beat the only team to beat the guys that won the World Cup.
I know. For me, do you know what it was? Yeah, it was such a great game to watch, and I was at my work. And I was watching it with the students as well, you see. So we was all...
You must have had a few students that were burning.
They were burning.
Oh my God, Messi, my guy, Messi.
Bro, they were burning. And then I think, do you know what it is? It's how the Saudi Arabia, how the guy took the touch and he controlled it so perfectly that he turned out as well and he beat two guys by his side.
Yeah.
And then
I remember that goal.
He chopped and then he almost slapped it as well, right? I was thinking, yo, you can't make this up. Bro. And it was the thing is, how it just all happened. It's like it was meant to happen for him. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what, yeah? This is what I think.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example.
Go
on. In training, if I take 500 shots with my left foot, probably score maybe 50.
Yes.
That's me being nice. I might even score less. Who knows? Like, maybe I'll score more. I think I might be disrespecting myself now. But I'm talking maybe me as of 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Take fucking 500 shots with my left foot. 50 of those shots, 100% guaranteed, maximum is gonna go in.
Yeah.
Any more than that, I can't put my money on it.
Yeah.
In the heat of the match, if that ball lands on my left foot, whoever sees me score that goal is gonna be like, brother, like, you know, they're gonna be like, stand him up on the right hand side. Stand him up. Yeah, let him show him the right hand side. Because they'll be like, yo, this nigga's left footed.
Yeah, he ain't got no right foot or left foot.
Do you know what I mean?
Because
that's what I've noticed. For me, when I'm in the middle of the game, I know how to position myself to just do it. Because there's less thought. There's more, you're about to lose your ankle. There's more, you know. But in training, it's like, there's no pressure. There's nothing.
It's different.
So I'm just kicking it. I'm like, oh, man, my right foot, I know my right foot, like my inside out.
Yeah.
But there's something about adrenaline that can bring out another level of someone.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, it's almost like endorphins, you know.
Yeah, I believe it's all mental, man. I think
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because even when I'm playing ball, even in fact this season, to be fair, like I scored with my weaker foot, which is my left foot.
Yeah.
But it's how it happened. Like no one expected it. I'll be real. I just went to shoot the ball because the plan was for the ball to be on the top left corner. Well, instead it went top right.
Yeah.
With bare pace.
Yeah.
Now, usually I don't shoot with my left foot, but if I do, sometimes there's some serious wonders that come out of it.
Bro, because in the heat of the moment, bro, you're not like, oh, I can't use my left foot. No. You're like, yo, this is on my left foot and that's my only option. Okay, let me...
Yeah.
Bro, leave that, bro.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah,
so I'll be honest with you, I think that some of my best goals, I think I scored some crazy goals with my right foot, but some of my best goals have been my left foot shots, bro.
Same here.
You know, I think like, I always say ask Craig because he's been like on so many teams that I've played in.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You'll see if you ask him, he'll tell you, yo, bro, probably that one. Yeah, with his left foot.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, on the real, like, there's a lot of players, fam, that you know you can sleep on them and think, well, these guys, they're not meant to. But bro, like, oh, I'm playing Argentina.
Yeah.
So you know, maybe. With the right preparation, I need to bring the best football that I've got.
Yeah. And
do you know what I mean?
It's just how it happened as well.
Trust.
And I think, do you know what? Is, you know, me reacting with the students, I feel like a big kid again. Because seeing how that goal happened, you know, it's just like for him, imagine him as a player. You scored that kind of goal in World Cup. Against
Argentina, one of the favourites.
Yeah. And it's Messi's team. So you're going
to. And then at the end of it, you're actually going to be like, wow, I scored against the guys that won it.
Of course.
You know, bro, I corned off the only, bro, like, basically, if we were in the final with them, I would have corned them off.
Yeah.
That's, like, I'll be honest, I'll be a little childish little shit. And I'll be like, listen, bro, we corned them off, but we're the only ones to smoke them. If we played them, like, if we somehow got to the final, we won the World Cup.
Yeah, no one else beat them, but just that team. So
I'll argue it.
It's
fair
true.
dues.
Big up to him, though, man.
Yeah, no, big up them.
Big up.
So that, Saudi Arabia, that's, I'd say best performance.
It's the same here as well, man. I can't disagree.
Let's fly on these ones. Who overachieved? Overachieved.
Ooh.
Now,
that's a tough one.
It's fair to argue that Morocco, because they're saying, oh wow.
Yeah.
But based on what they showed us,
right?
Based on what they done on the field, they deserve to be where they are. So I wouldn't say they overachieved. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I would say they finished higher than they were supposed to. But based on the way they were playing, as opposed to the teams they played against, they deserved the wins that they got. They deserved.
Yeah.
They didn't get any win that you feel like, I feel sorry for the other team. They got bumped.
Yeah.
They didn't get no wins like that. No, all the wins was they were losing or they were drawing or whatever, and they fucking persevered.
Yeah, they were playing ball. Like,
you know what I mean?
Football.
Yeah. So I wouldn't like, for me, just to be rude, just not to be disrespectful of those players that actually put out good performances. I wouldn't say they overachieved. Now, maybe more in the line of overachieved. Let's think of who maybe didn't play good enough to get where they got to, but they somehow got there.
What's in a team or a player itself?
Team. Because if we're talking about players, bro, man, Harry Maguire. Yeah, not to be fucking rude, but like, who deserves to be in the World Cup squad? You know, Harry Maguire, does he deserve to be there?
But you know what? When he plays for England, he plays well.
Your last tournament with England was the Euros 2 years ago.
Yep.
Since then, you have shown so much calamity on the field.
Yeah.
Can I trust in you being my number one centre back? No. Yeah, Eric Ten Hag blatantly don't want him. Like, yeah, let's be real. Let's wash that off, man. Like, I'm tired of that. Who overachieved in teams? Yeah, because overachieved in player Harry Maguire. Yeah, he overachieved. And to be fair play to Harry Maguire. The second half of that France game. That was the best I've ever seen Harry Maguire play.
Was brilliant.
Yeah, I have to respect him. Bombing forward with the ball. Forward. I'm like, what?
He was brilliant.
Wait. Someone phoned Benzema, Benzema's like, yo, what's this? Like, Harry Maguire running out of position? Like, yo, I'm confused, but there you go.
Which team that overachieved that shouldn't be where they were?
Yeah, shouldn't have finished where they finished.
So France was first. Argentina was first. Second was France. Croatia was third.
Mm-hmm. Do you think?
I don't think Croatia.
Would you argue? Because I think Croatia played very well in points. But would you argue that they deserve to finish above Morocco?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Reason why? Yeah, Morocco, performance-wise as a team, were outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
They should have been runners-up.
Mm-hmm.
Croatia had their moments. There were so many times Croatia could have fumbled, you know.
Yeah.
They could have fumbled, but somehow, third place, you know what? Big up to players like Luka Modric.
Yeah.
Come on,
No,
man.
those guys wanted to take something.
Yeah, man. And he's got an
Okay, so
he's got an amazing career as well for himself. So
I'm thinking, yeah. So if we're talking overachievers, then you know they only ever so slightly overachieved.
Yeah.
But now there was one group where I forgot what group. I feel like it was the group that Japan was in, where all 4 teams could have gone through.
Is that Japan? Is it Uruguay as well?
Japan, Uruguay, Ghana, and was it?
Is it that?
No, I don't think so, because I don't think Japan faced Ghana, did they?
No, I know Uruguay did.
But I know that I remember in the last stage, there was a game where I think it was Japan and someone else. It could have been, you know.
It must have been, because remember, wherever that last game between Ghana and Uruguay.
Yeah.
Even if Uruguay didn't get a goal or Ghana didn't get a goal, they both were out. Do you know what I mean? It was that stage.
Okay.
So I think it was that.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong.
Because I'm just feeling like there was... Who were the upsets? No. It might have been the Spain group.
Spain group.
I think Japan was in the Spain group. Didn't Japan corn off Spain?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, they corned off Spain, and then they corned off another team that arguably they shouldn't have. But then they bloody lost one game. And I feel like in the last stage, there was all 4 teams could have gone through.
So who was there?
I'm gonna fucking double check this one.
Was it Germany?
It could have been Germany. Oh, yes, it was Germany.
Was it Germany? That's what
Germany needed to win by 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But they only won by 2.
Yeah.
And that group was crazy. And I feel like, you know, it's easy to argue that any one of those 4 that got through may have slightly been overachievers, because, you know, the teams that are convincing are the teams that should be winning World Cups or should be finishing in higher spots.
Yeah, so that's why I believe like Morocco, did overachieve.
Yeah, to a degree, but at the same time, when you look at the play, and you X out the name Morocco, you could have argued that was fucking Spain.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not Spain because possession levels are high. Let's say you could have argued that was Italy. Yeah, you know, a team that bites through the thing and brings out moments of quality, because Italy's always been based on defense, and you know their defense look better than their attack. To be fair, when it comes to Morocco,
I mean, it's sad how you say that, because they didn't even get qualified for World Cup.
Yeah,
you know, it's mad, didn't it? And they won Euros.
Is it a curse? Because they said there's a curse. You win something and then you lose some into the next one.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. But you know what? It is what it is, man.
Cool.
It's football. That's how it goes.
Okay, so
next one, let's see.
Underachievers.
Who underachieved? Brazil.
Yes.
Brazil, definitely underachieved.
Big underachievers.
Germany, because...
Oh, yeah, no, you can't not get out of group stages. But then again, there was the argument that they needed a real striker.
Okay, but even so, like, Germany, as a team...
Yeah.
See the history. They've got serious ballers. Think about it. Ozil won the World Cup with Germany. And a lot of people don't put respect on Ozil's name, you know. Do you know what I mean?
He was their best player on their winning tournaments, to be honest with you.
Exactly. So, but I so believe that Germany underachieved badly, man. Because getting out in group stages, if it was, you know, quarterfinals, semi-finals and all of that, then I hear that.
Spain?
Underachieved as well. But Spain have not been the same for a long time.
Some would argue Germany too. Since Philip Lahm,
Schweinsteiger, I mean,
now Toni Kroos, forevermore.
I mean, Kroos is getting old now, isn't it? So
Modric is the same age.
Modric,
or just about around about. So,
but I don't know, man. Modric is just different.
But then again, Modric plays not just he is different class, but also Modric plays for a team where you know, he can probably be 40 and still be needed in that squad.
Big facts.
You know what I mean? When you look at Tony Kroos plays for Germany, Germany's produced fucking monsters.
Remember, what's his name? Schürrle. They used to play for Chelsea and Fulham.
He was a fringe Germany player and somehow got bloody important goals in the World Cup and the Euros.
But he retired early in his career, in his mid-30s.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's sad because I'm like, yo, Schürrle's one of the best forwards I've seen at the time.
Yeah.
But you know,
shit happens. Eh?
Yeah, man, it's football, man. But underachieved, I'd say those teams that I just mentioned.
Cool. So then, the next one that I've got for you now is, so we're gonna talk about Messi and Ronaldo, but not in respects of each other. Yeah. First of all, Ronaldo controversy.
Let's go.
You watched it off English media, like I did. So you would argue, I'd just put it out there, I guess.
Yeah.
They were out to get him.
100%.
They were out to get him.
110%.
Every camera angle.
110%.
Every camera angle that showed Ronaldo with a face that was not him smiling. Was Ronaldo upset that he's sitting on the bench? Ronaldo this. I mean, I saw so many images in other sources from the same game of Ronaldo smiling and celebrating and he's, you know, tapping my man in the head like, what a goal. Like, you know. Ronaldo is a serial winner. So he just wants to win. Yeah. So he's not... I genuinely think, if you have him on the bench and he's burning, but you're pulling off wins, I genuinely feel like by the end of the World Cup, if he's got a World Cup in his name, he's not going to argue with, I didn't play enough games.
No.
Yeah? Do you get it?
Yeah.
So for him, all he wants is justified. Why am I on the bench? Is it justified? That's all he wants.
Yeah, he needs that clarification.
I'm sorry to say, and I know people won't like it, but he's, as much as he's got the entitlement issue, he is entitled, man.
He is. Look, you know it is, yeah. You see, one thing about Ronaldo that people don't really take into consideration, right? The boy came from Madeira, a Portuguese island, right? He had nothing.
Absolutely.
Nothing to his name, right? Cool. From Madeira, he's playing Sporting. Yeah. From Sporting. Because of that game against Man United, they saw him.
They were like,
wrapped him.
I was young boy issuing corn to big man.
Yeah. And they just...
But I actually... You're so funny, I didn't even see that game back in the day. I watched actually the full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was a month ago or 3 weeks ago, and I was just like, whoo!
Yeah. It was...
if someone called me off like this and I could buy him, I'll buy him too.
Calling him quick. So they got him, gave him that number 7. Alex Ferguson says, listen, you don't wear no other number than 7. Make that number your name. Make it your history. Blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Right? Cool. We saw Ronaldo what he's done in the Prem. What we saw he done for 9 years in Real Madrid. And he's done a couple years in Juventus, in Serie A. And now he came back to the Prem. First season in the Prem after how many years? 3rd top goal scorer. 3rd at his age, right?
Technically 2nd, because I swear that the first 2 got the same number. Yeah, so
fair. So
I'm just getting techie because I want to try and bump him up and he's my guy, man. I allow him.
But even so, like, you see, his career, is levels.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many players that can just leave from where they came from to play as a young boy to play in one of the toughest leagues in the world, which is the Prem. Yeah. Then to go to Madrid and bad it up there for 9 years. Wow. And the amount of goals he got
50 to 60 goals a season.
And bear in mind, playing against a rival player like Messi, even though they're not rivals, like they hate each other.
Yeah, they don't hate each other.
They're the biggest competitions between the both of them.
Because they're the ones that can do 50 to 60 goals a season.
Done.
Whether it's with, I'm pure talent or I'm pure hard work, they can both produce 60 goals a season.
Easily.
That's the most important factor.
Yep. So for me, the Ronaldo situation, I'm happy he's left United. Not to say because I don't like Man United.
I don't like him, but I'm
happy.
Even if I did like him,
still
under the circumstances, I'll probably not like him off the back of.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like someone he's way beyond world class at his age till now.
Listen, because some of the players that you're putting in the bracket of world class are never going to achieve what he's achieved. So he's beyond world class.
He's beyond world class. I'm sorry,
but like FIFA says, legendary.
Yeah,
You put him in legendary.
Even that. him and Messi both completely legendary mode.
Yeah.
Simple as. Like,
701 goals.
Yeah.
Messi is a fucking monster. He's probably going to touch that as well at
Yeah,
some point.
he will.
So, yeah, they're both the fucking most dangerous motherfuckers.
But I do believe that the media was out to get him out badly, because the thing is, like, cool. In football, nobody likes to be benched. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah? It doesn't matter where you play. Whether you're playing Sunday League, where you're playing like Saturday football, where you're playing semi-pro.
Furthermore, mans that have absolutely no credibility be having the mouth to fucking switch when they're fucking getting benched. You ain't got no credibility.
See that?
But man like Ronaldo with 5 Champions Leagues.
Yep.
Yeah, says he doesn't like being benched. It's a big problem to everyone.
Exactly.
But you see players snubbing their fucking managers for a handshake because they got subbed off and they ain't fucking done shit.
Come on now.
So as I said, bro, me,
I can't blame him because
the controversy was there.
I can't blame him because the whole point is he knows his worth.
Yeah.
And as a human being, if you know your worth, nobody can take you for an idiot.
Yeah.
So clearly they try to take him for an idiot.
Yeah.
So guess what? Fine, they stopped playing him, they terminated his contract. You're thinking, all right, cool.
To be honest, bro, it's probably part of his plan anyway. You don't come out against the club the way you did.
Nah.
Without thinking, you know what, fuck these guys, I'm done.
Nah, it is what it is. So obviously, yeah, people saying how him going to Saudi Arabia League is poor from him. Well, really and truly,
hey,
you know what's mad?
Xavi and Iniesta went there. I swear they're not, you know, I swear they're like, oh, the best sentiments, the best grace this game. They're the best players.
Yeah.
They went there, I'm sure, younger than him.
But no one said nothing about them.
Bro, they went there younger than him.
Yeah. They never said anything about it.
David Beckham went to America younger than him. Every other player. Bro,
Even Oscar, they used to play for Chelsea, went to China.
Bro, Oscar went to China at like 25 or some shit. He's taking a piss. Bro, all these guys, they need to, you know, just pipe off Ronaldo.
That's what I'm saying, man. Leave the guy, because at the end of the day, not only has a phenomenal career, you gotta remember, this guy went through a lot in a short space of time at United, you know. He just his missus gave birth to twins. One survived, one died.
Yeah, people, and you know what, yeah?
Do you know what I mean?
Considering the circumstances, people are quite insensitive to it. I believe. Whether he's using it as an excuse or not.
Nope,
it is still such a big thing for a person to go through. You're gonna be someone that's gone through this in your life, and you're gonna point the finger at him. You're gonna go, you know, God forbid, touch wood, you don't go through that yourself, because you know only God knows how you're gonna handle it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I'll be fucking 10 times worse than Ronaldo if I lost my child, man. If I lost my child, I come in the pitch the first person. You know, like Ronaldo. Now I'm understanding them little tussle that he had with Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, yo, that's not all. Like, Ronaldo is a bit physical, but Ronaldo don't like loses. Like, you know, I wouldn't say he lost his mind, but Ronaldo wouldn't be like so pissed that he doesn't even want to buy the foul. He just is like getting man off him. He's actually throwing man off him.
Yeah.
Like, man was grabbing him up, and man thought, you know what? Like, what me? Yeah, boom,
hold that,
and flipped him.
Yeah,
and like for me, in my head, everyone knows the normal Ronaldo is like, yo, I'm gonna run away from him while he's holding me, and then I'm gonna fall on the ground to get what is rightly mine, because it is a foul if you're holding man and he's trying to run away from you. 100%. So the fact that he's even pulled that off, I was thinking, there's something going on in my man's life that's way beyond just football.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And probably the first time he's gone through some, you know, God forbid he's gone through that shit before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but it's the kind of shit that will turn anyone, bro. And God forbid, I got 2 kids, so God forbid, touch motherfucking wood. You know what I mean? Man don't want to go through that shit because, you know, guys, you lot are criticizing Ronaldo, you lot will be fucking stoning me to death. Because I would fucking be a menace to society.
Yep.
You know, and the minute anyone chats shit to me when I've lost my child, bro, the first thing you can see is the fucking end of my toe knuckles, bro. Straight in your chin. Like, you know, sorry guys. Because, yo, it's a big deal. But, you know, I'm moving on from that because I know it's been a big topic. You know, we're gonna wrap this up because we spoke about everything. We're gonna wrap this one up. Okay. Emiliano Martinez.
My guy.
That guy.
I love him.
He's a fucking shithouse, bro.
I love him. I love him.
Boy, like, bro, no, to be honest with you.
Another Arsenal player, see?
I don't mind his antics in the penalties.
Yeah.
Even him picking up the ball and throwing it. Yeah, I reckon he should have got red. Because the first time you throw it, it should be a yellow. It's like, bro, how is the ref warning a goalkeeper? You don't throw the ball away when someone's about to take a pen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's not a warning.
Try doing in the Prem.
Yeah, you know, bro, you throw the ball away, the ref's gonna flash that on you. And then your gaffer's gonna be like, he's gonna flash a backhand at you, maybe.
Yeah.
Because like, bro, are you dumb? Like, you know, or maybe he might buy it and be like, yo, well done, because, you know, that's what I wanted you to do. But most of the time, it's a bit mad. Yeah. So, you know, whatever. But that's down to the referee. That's not down to him, so I can't criticize him for that. Yeah. But yo, Mbappe's face on a fucking baby, bro, on the bus, like, come on, listen, because if I was 16 to 21 to maybe even 25, I might find some humor in it. I don't know if it's my age that makes me not find no fucking humor in it. I think it's just dead.
Do you know what it is? I say it's karma, man, for him. Because you know when it came to France and England, and Harry Kane fumbled the penalty, what was Mbappe's reaction?
I do hear you, but let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Is it in his sportsmanship rights to console Harry Kane as opposed to be happy that your team just fucking dodged a bullet?
I don't think he was being...
No. Bro. Okay.
But go on.
Let me tell you something. Okay, like, what I done when I was in uni was television production at first, and then I moved on to editing and post-production.
Yeah.
And there are some tactics that they teach you.
Okay.
And there is, I can assure you that them constantly showing Mbappe's face, you know, with his teeth out in slow-mo makes it look like laughing. But I genuinely think it's just a yes. Not because Harry Kane missed all your shit I think it was genuinely a thank fuck, bro. Remember, this is your country, bro. This is not Man U versus PSG. This is France versus England. This is my country,
but
bro.
I'm sure he's done that at PSG, though.
No, but bro, I won't lie to you, bro. I don't think in the same manner they have promoted the picture of him going, you know, showing so much teeth and being so excited. Because they slowed it down and they showed it. I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm very, very, very aware of it because obviously they teach us. So I was very, very aware of, how many times that image popped up on me. This is propaganda now. This is no longer just Mbappe celebrating. It almost, in the eyes of some of the England fans, bro, he done that 3 times, bro. Because they showed it like 3-4 times. And they're like, this motherfucker did it again? Like, when I find this motherfucker, I'm stoning this car. Like, motherfuckers are going crazy, bro. Like,
I never hear that one still.
But it's actually a tactic. Bro, I'll be honest with you, bro. I've seen people miss penalties and I've been like,
Yeah.
And if you slow me down, it might look like I'm laughing and taunting. But actually, bro, because what it is they're showing Harry Kane miss. And they're skipping the fact that there's 22 men on the field. And they're going to one of the players that's going, I can assure you on my dad's grave, I can assure you that there's probably a few other French players that were like, and there was like 60,000 fans or some shit going,
But you know what it is?
You know what I mean?
It's all down to the player himself, what's his meaning behind that. Because the same way, like, you know how, what's it called? Ghana and Uruguay. Many years ago, I think it was 2010 South Africa World Cup.
Yeah.
So you know what Suarez did? Everyone knows what Suarez did, right? So when Ghana
I'm about to counter you, but I hear you. I'm with you, but I'm about to counter you.
So when Suarez was hoping they fumbled the pen, and obviously as Martial took the pen, hit the crossbar, right?
He fumbled it, yeah.
So what was Suarez doing?
Yeah, he celebrated, jumping around,
Because he knew what he was doing. Thank you. He knew what he was doing. Do you understand? So it's not like Mbappe knew what he was doing in the sense of. But what I've seen Mbappe does, he'll point at the, you show the keeper's face, listen, he's going that way, he's going that way. I've seen him do that at PSG. But then his reaction afterwards says, that's why the way I'm viewing it is the way I'm viewing it now.
But Joy, there's nothing wrong with him pointing.
No way.
But you know what? This is my argument to that. When you look at any other player that's sort of gone into a similar situation. So, I mean, your example was...
the World Cup.
The what?
2010.
Yeah, okay, cool. Suarez handballed it off the line, bro. That is like... You know, like Messi handballed it in the middle of the pitch and people made a massive deal of it. People are like, yo, Messi handballed it in the World Cup, man. Yo, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because it is a big deal. It's like, you just put your hand on the ball, bro. You turned World Cup stage to kick about in UMK or kick about in the playground. You know, playground?
Yeah.
You know, you got that little joker that's good at football, but he fucked up the move and he's like, so quickly. Yo, you just start, come on. And from Messi, so of course people are gonna the reality is he is committed a crime. You know, if you want to look at football rules, he's committed a crime.
Yeah.
So one could argue that, him celebrating that's still in bad faith because you committed a crime. It's like, oh, I stabbed somebody, they died. Now we went to court, a bus case. Bro, you still stabbed someone and they still died.
Some men do that as well, you know.
They might have been, but those men are ratchet.
Yeah, facts.
They're men are ratchet. Like, that's the way I look at Suarez's energy for that. Now, I still, I'm very, very capable. And I do sympathize with Ghanaians because for me, it was like Nigeria got it.
Facts.
But I still sympathize with the fact that if I was in Suarez's shoes, I might have just fucking flashed my hand up as well, bro. I'm just thinking, the time, and you want to fucking do us in the last minute with one quick last minute goal. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh man. Like at that moment I've done it, I'll be like, oh man, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah.
But at the same time I'll be like, okay, but it's not a goal, hopefully this is
that's the pressure that got to him.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one could argue that celebration was that pressure. But it was still in bad faith because it was the pressure off the back of crime, off the back of breaking the fucking rules. You dirty scumbag.
Yeah, of course. Suarez, the thing about him, like I said, he's never changed.
You know what I like about him, though?
Go on.
I need to win at all costs. Fuck it, whatever.
I hear it.
Yeah, and I do respect that. I hate when the rules go up in the air and it's like we toss the rules out the window. I hate that. I don't like it. But at the same time,
yeah.
Oh, for your country, man. If you're gonna do dirt,
sometimes you have to test waters, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're gonna do dirt, doing it for your country would be one place to do it, right? You know, because people would argue, listen, I mean, I ain't seen Suarez handballing for Liverpool or for fucking Barca. You know, even in the Champions League final. But it's a World Cup, man. You know what I mean? I would argue that that's how he felt. So I sympathize with him to a degree. At the same time, I know it's crime, so I can't even compare it to Mbappe celebrating. The bottom line is that goal or that penalty that that Kane missed, that's on his head. That's all on his head. That is literally all on Mbappe. Not Mbappe, all on Kane to use his fucking mind and just make the right decision. And not in terms of the penalty. For me, it was in terms of taking the penalty. Why would you take a penalty
in the same
when
spot?
You know? No, forget about the same spot, but when you know the keeper knows you and you scored one against him, I just think at this point it's a bit too risky. And I'd happily let someone that is willing, unless there was no one else that was willing.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I understand that.
Yeah, man. Okay, we're gonna go on a quick pause break, and then we're gonna come back to the last 15 minutes. Either way, like even Mbappe celebrating someone else's misfortune, I wouldn't say is enough for it to be seen as karma, because it can't be seen as karma surely if Mbappe has earned where he's at. He's put in his work. He's earned where he's at.
Yeah.
He celebrates someone missing a pen, but someone picks up a fucking baby and puts his face on it, bro. I don't know. I don't think that matches in terms of karma anyway.
Yeah.
I would argue that Mbappe can just fucking flash his World Cup and also flash the fact that he's like 23, 24. Like, you're like, yo, big man, like I won a World Cup. I'm 23, 24. Do you want me to do a Ronaldo de Lima and get another World Cup? Like, he can probably brag like that because he's currently in a position when we're also looking at France team. They played so many of their young players and got so far.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
No Kante, no Pogba.
Bro, it goes to show that in a split second, they might just win it again with those same players. If not next time, the time after. 8 years, half of these players are 30. That's a good time to win your World Cup. Messi won it at 36, is it now?
Yeah.
So, You know, it's a bit. You know, for me,
it's debatable. It's
apart
debatable.
from that, Emi Martinez is someone that will never ever achieve what Mbappe's achieved because Mbappe's already achieved shit that Emi Martinez can't. Like a World Cup at the age that he won it. Emi, you've won it after you're 30.
And you gotta remember, Emi was on loan from different
Bro,
teams.
we had him at Arsenal as like, bro, he was just like doing up fucking pinball.
How many teams was he on loan for when he was at Arsenal? He was in so many teams.
He's at Arsenal for 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
So
when you do
the fact that we only played him like consistently for half a season at the end of his Arsenal career.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's a bit rude of a player of that
I do think
to be doing things like that, especially when it's someone else that's won the World Cup. It's like, yo, big man, calm down. I've won this, man. Like, you've just won the only thing you're winning. Like, now, in the next 10 years, you're going to see what I win and what you win. I mean, not to be...
But you know what it is? I have to give it to Emi, though, because people can say or criticize him as much as they want. Guess what? He's got a World Cup under his name, you know?
Hey, but the problem that I'm having
is his personality.
Is that the person, not even his person, it's just the person that he's criticizing had that World Cup before him and also before 20.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So,
of course.
Bro, who are you carrying as a baby? Yeah, you're carrying him as a baby. What you should have done is, with that baby, put the World Cup that you won into that baby's hand. Because yes, that baby won the World Cup when he was a baby by footballing standards.
Yeah, true.
By footballing standards. If you are under fucking 25 and you win the World Cup, you are considered, you won it as a young player.
Yeah.
So like, again,
But you know it is...
I do respect Martinez for his efforts and what he's done, but it's like, yo, big man, now you're trying to get into trolling of guys that are going to be in planets that will not be fucking involving you.
Nah,
you know what I mean? It's just, you know.
Some people's mindsets already, like someone that hits you, be like, listen, people can say as much as they want now, but guess what? I've got a World Cup.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? Look, I'll put the same respect on his name as I'll put on Nicholas Bentner. Nicholas Bentner's probably got an FA Cup or two to his name.
True.
But guess what the fuck? Nicholas Bentner once upon a time thought that he was amongst those names. He thought he was good enough to be mentioned amongst the Ronaldos and the Messis and the Ibrahimoviches and all these guys.
Yeah.
Delusion's a hell of a motherfucking feeling. It's a hell of a motherfucking emotion, man.
True.
You know what I mean? And you know,
it's how it goes, man. It's how it goes.
Happens. But you know what? It is what it is. Like, you know, I would say he has the right to say whatever he wants to say. Man. But I would also
you got to talk to him nice because he's got a World Cup. And the thing
is, I won't talk to him nice, bro. He's like, yo, big man, you put a picture of me on a baby, bro. Next time I play against you, I'm gonna bury 5 instead. He goes, bro, man buried 3 against you.
And you do it again?
No, 4. 3 pens.
Yeah.
3 pens. Wait, 2 pens game-wise. And then the penalty shootout.
Yeah. Facts.
I scored 4 goals against you, bro, and you've got me on a baby. Then you must have your fucking picture on a piece of sperm. You must have your picture. If you can find a picture small enough to put on a sperm, or do you know what? Just a bit of whatever on, left over in a fucking Jimmy hat and just shove a picture of Emi on it. Because honestly, again, you're putting a baby with, a baby you're carrying with a face of a World Cup winner already, bro. This guy has tasted the glory that you're just tasting now already as a young boy. He's felt a feeling that you've never felt in your life. I've never felt that. I never will feel that. Even if one day Nigeria picked me up and we went to go and win the World Cup right now, bro, it will be a feeling that Mbappe might never ever feel in his life.
Yeah.
But I will still not be able to feel that feeling he's felt of being a young boy on top of his game, and he's not even at the highest height.
He's not even at his peak yet.
He's not even at the highest height.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always argue, man, that like, keep yourself grounded.
Stay humble.
Even in glory and in fucking defeat. Keep yourself, just in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, man, he could just be forgotten in no time.
Just like that.
Do you know what I mean?
Same like how Thanos just got rid of everyone.
Just like that, but you can go. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is easy now, yo. So we're just gonna, me and you, we're Arsenal fans.
Yep.
And the hell of you motherfuckers too. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers Arsenal fans as well. And if you're not, you're still fanning anyway, motherfuckers. Yo, okay, so what? Mikel Arteta. Okay, look, so
I was waiting for this conversation.
We obviously drew 0-0 with Newcastle on the week, a few days ago.
Yeah.
Was it on the weekend? I don't even know what day.
No, a few days ago still.
Yeah, cool. We have not found ourselves in a situation where we can actually say that everyone looking from the outside in, people that are not supporting Arsenal, people that have been hating and fucking tricking Arsenal. They've gone out and they said, well, look, you know what? Don't worry about it. You know, they disrespected the manager and the team because they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. They're going to drop this, they're going to drop then. The only thing that I've seen that's happened since is space being opened. I mean, yeah, okay, cool. We had the chance to be 10 points clear. At the same time, we are also in a situation where, you know, we were above them by 1 point for so long and
look where we are now.
People were still talking the shit. So, obviously, like, yo, furthermore, he got bare irate in the Newcastle game. You can imagine a manager that's suddenly in a title race. Feels like shit's going against him. I mean, I could argue that, you know, people in situations way less than that bug out. So I feel like, yo, what? Now they're starting to pinpoint him and be like, yeah, well, you know what? I don't like the way he's acting. Obviously, when it comes to like, you know, the platforms, all these media outlets, TalkSport, etc., they just be putting out the narrative that, yo, he needs to pipe down. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. Well, I'm not going to argue. But I would say that, you know, you wouldn't say that to Sir Alex Ferguson when he's up in a bloody official's face, putting his finger on his fucking watch. Arsene Wenger. If Arsene Wenger's walking over there and he's leaning, you know, 6'4" Arsene Wenger just leaning, 6'5", wherever he is, leaning over the fucking ref like, yo, bro, are you okay, man? Come on, bro. What is this? What is this? This is a poor decision. Like, bro. So for me, like, I'm just like, yo, all of a sudden, where's the heat at? Like a second ago, Arsenal are not going to cut it. Don't worry about them. They're going to drop. Now we look like it's hard for us to drop. Everyone's like, oh, well, I think, you know, this manager's lost his mind. He's running up. He's running up. Bro, he ran up the touchdown because there was a fucking foul that looked like a blatant foul.
Of course.
And, you know, bro, we see loads of it. You know, Conte and Tuchel, they shook each other's hands until they started swinging for each other. Like, going crazy. Like, so... What's this heat all of a sudden on Mikel? I know what the heat is. I'm going to put it out there right now. The heat is just jealousy. Motherfuckers know that, you know.
Jealousy and envy, man. Because I believe, obviously, this season so far for Arteta, he's won how many Premier of the League? Manager of the Month. How many times has he won it now?
Definitely more than once. I've seen it. It's near the beginning of the season.
So probably 2 or 3 times, roughly?
He won the last month as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, some would argue
but do you know
if you won all the months, it wouldn't be. It would be justified. It would be justified.
Yeah,
because I mean, again, you've taken the Arsenal side that everyone believes should not be in that position, and they've remained there after what is it, 17, 18 games now? 17 games. I would argue that, you know, he has the right to feel. I mean, way.
The way you see with Arteta, like I said, people already are envying him and they're expecting his downfall back. Remember when he first was announced that he's going to be Arsenal's manager?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to be real, yeah?
I was negative.
I was negative as hell.
Oh, yeah, because I was dying for, like, Simeone to come and just slap these niggas. Or even
Allegri, like, from Juventus.
Someone that's got a bit of...
But do you know what it is? Because with Arteta, he used to play for the club, so he understands Arsenal and all of that as well, yeah?
The passion will be a bit more than just a normal manager.
Remember, he just came from Man City under Pep. So
he knows something that a lot of people don't.
That don't know. Do you know what I mean? And if you're working with Pep Guardiola as one of the best managers in the world, him and Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion.
Yeah, well...
In my opinion, in the Prem, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you're working with Pep Guardiola, you're telling me that, okay, cool, Arteta's not coming to Arsenal. I was thinking, okay, I was very skeptical about this. People, his first season, everyone said Arteta out. I'll be one of them to say it as well.
I mean, I was not really with the Arteta out because I didn't want to be like Chelsea. I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, someone comes in, we don't even give them.
I will be real. I was one of them.
But I was Arteta shouldn't even have been in the first place. Yeah. But now that he's there, you can't just dump him. I was like that. I was genuinely like that. I was genuinely like, yo, guys, you know, listen, you know, I didn't want him to be there in the first place because, you know, I wanted someone with a big name,
more
and
experience and blah blah blah.
But he's there. This was me. He's there. Let's not rock the boat.
Let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, give him sufficient time. Don't do the Chelsea, half a season, big man. You know, you don't think you're winning the Champions League. Bye.
Once like I said, he his first season at Arsenal, saying, yeah, guys, I'm not really feeling it. But you know what?
my friends recommend me, say, "Why go watch Arsenal on Amazon Prime, All or Nothing." So I thought, okay, do you know what?
To be fair, I was waiting for that. Like my boy told me about that as well.
So
Wax.
Yeah, so I decided to watch it, and I thought, okay, let me see how it goes. So seeing everything with Arsenal fans and Arsenal, the club itself, on All or Nothing, and I saw what Arteta was doing behind the scenes, because people can criticize the manager on the field and what they're seeing, but they don't understand what the manager goes
He's
through.
got loads to do.
Behind the football.
Like, he has to be aware of like all the individuals' feelings. Like, he has to be like, oh, this guy's gone through this.
Yeah.
He's got going through that.
Even like the first team players, the reserves, sometimes the under 23s if he has to.
Yeah, if the under 23s are like
mean?
making appearances for him, then hell yeah.
There you go. But then bearing in mind, outside of the football life, he's a family man. He's a husband. He's got his wife. He's got his daughter as well. He's got his home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And people forget how family life is so
People
important.
forget that normal people with normal jobs find it hard to find normal balance.
Yeah.
So a motherfucker that has to travel regularly, that has to be training with motherfuckers
Away
daily.
games as well.
Away.
Sometimes overseas for pre-season games and all of that. You know what I mean? People don't really take that into consideration. But when I watched Arsenal All or Nothing and I finished it, I said, you know what? Yeah. Let me give this guy a chance. Let me just watch him.
Yeah.
Rather have any expectation, just watch him. So this season. So this season, cool. We signed Gabriel Jesus from Man City. What?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't believe it.
No. To be honest with you, when the word was floating around, I did believe it, because I'd already shouted that it will be poor if Mikel Arteta has gone to a whole Man City that's won shit. He's been around them. He's been their number 2, and he's not able
to sign one of
to
them.
attract even one of them. That I don't care what people look at it as. People could be like, "Oh, we signing Man City's trash." Like, people that won't play, because they got João Cancelo to play left back and they got Walker at right back, which arguably is a better starting lineup than João Cancelo and Zinchenko. But at the same time, it's like João Cancelo is an exceptional player. Walker is a fucking veteran.
Yeah.
So it's like, they put Zinchenko at disadvantage anyway. Zinchenko still walks into a lot of teams as their starting left back in the Premier League.
Yeah, so that's why I was surprised when we signed him, because I didn't think he was going to come. And to see the kind of players, a left back that can play centre midfield, where he's from as well.
Pep Guardiola would have never sold him if he thought that these men will be doing them dirty like this.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's true. Because obviously,
you think, Arsenal finishing like what? In Europa League or whatever, they still got a couple years to.
That's fine.
To
see Europa League.
Boom,
that's
bro,
all right.
bro, that shit fucking backfired in his face. He's like, bro, Jesus has brought them life. Zinchenko's brought him some life, and these guys were already on shit with this guy.
Just like that.
My God, what have I done?
Just like that.
What have I done?
And now, especially where we are on the table.
Cheers to Pep, by the way.
Big up to Pep.
Hey, big up Pep.
Still a bad manager though. Where we are on the table right now, first, 44 points, 2 draws, 1 loss, and all these wins we'll be getting. It's a great start, right?
Yeah.
So for City now, they're saying they're hunting us down, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're really going for.
Yeah.
They're basically, they're stressing. They're thinking, what the fuck? It's like, how are we, are not top of the table? Well, they're top 2, but not number 1.
How are they not number 1 when we sold you our, bits and bobs and bought way better than even our starters from before these guys were bits and bobs?
Yeah.
Like, literally.
It's because the system's working.
Zinchenko has been bits and bobs for a while.
Early.
Jesus was bits and bobs because of
Early
Aguero.
Well. Yeah.
And then now, furthermore, my man don't even favour Aguero or Jesus. So he just fucking, Aguero goes this season, next season Jesus goes and Haaland comes in with Alvarez. And whoa, it's a mazza.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Really
so like in his head, he's done something here, but you know what I'm going to argue? And we're going to save this for another episode, probably later. Probably the next episode, I might slide this one in there, but I would argue that Man City's team of now is, put it this way, let me give you the lineup, yeah? Fernandinho, David Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah?
Yeah.
De Bruyne, Rodri, and Gundogan.
Okay.
Out of those two midfields, Vincent Kompany, out of the defense differences. Everyone knows the defense differences. Everybody knows the midfield differences. The only midfield differences is Rodri and Gundogan for David Silva and Fernandinho. Mathematics.
You forget one more player though.
I might be, but the reason why I'm mentioning those players is because I want to X out strikers.
Okay.
Yeah? And I want to say that Man City's squad now, barring the striker, I do think Haaland is he's probably more of a goal scorer than Aguero. Aguero is more of a well-grounded striker.
Yeah.
Through and through. Dribbling, shooting,
Everything. Assisting
passing,
as well.
assisting, scoring. Everything about him
Complete.
is good. Like, he's not beaten. If you got a 6'2" centre-back against 5'4", is it 8 or 5'9" Aguero?
He's beating that guy.
It doesn't mean that he's beaten just because he's like 4 inches. It don't mean he's beaten. Whereas there are other strikers that are quality strikers, some of the best in the world, but you can guarantee 50-50 against a normal 6'2" striker that knows how to header. They ain't got no chance against them.
Mm-hmm.
So you would argue a player like that, bro, cool, for through and through.
Yeah.
So let's X out Aguero and Haaland and look at the rest of the team. The rest of the team is still way better back then than it is now.
And that's why I said you forgot one player.
Yaya
Toure.
Oh, Uncle Yaya. But you know what?
You need Yaya, I can't lie.
Pardon me for not including Yaya. Yeah. Even though I do think even the season with Yaya, and I know the season with Yaya, they still broke some records.
Serious records.
But they broke that crazy record with De Bruyne, Silva, and Fernandinho.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
No, but that one actually, I think that was the one that they got 100 points, bro. That was a Centurion.
Yeah.
So, even though, I would argue that Yaya Toure is more than even De Bruyne to a degree at the moment, still a bigger part of the history. Maybe give a couple more seasons, couple more titles to De Bruyne. He's a bigger part of Man City's history. But Yaya Toure is one of the biggest parts.
He's not always mentioned. That's what's mad.
He's not. And I feel like he was disrespected as soon as Pep arrived. Pep's worked with him before, and Pep probably already had his reservations.
Yeah,
so Yaya Toure already had the mind of, let me just get the fuck out of here, it's done. Do you know what I mean? So I'd argue that there's a bit of disrespect put on him.
Of course.
But at the same time, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, and David Silva as a trio got the Centurion. That team is significantly, and I don't mean a little bit, I mean a lot better than De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Rodri.
Yeah.
All this, I think it's a very new wave thing that people are following, all these new players. Rodri and all this. Bro, Rodri's good.
Yeah.
But bro, are you forgetting what you've seen from Yaya Toure? Are you forgetting what you've seen from Fernandinho? Have you forgotten what you've seen from them?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You can't compare, man.
We're talking about players that have literally taken this club from being a joke team to being one of the best clubs in Europe.
Yeah.
They're one of the best clubs in Europe and they ain't won nothing in Europe yet. Yeah? So you have to bear in mind, to be named one of the best clubs in Europe and you ain't won shit in Europe yet, it's because you've done a lot. Even in your league, you've done too much. You've done a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I would argue that, that team is so different. And that's also the reason. I reckon, not to say that we won't be above the Man City of that era if we had the performances that we're having now. But I reckon we would still be within either 1 point above them, 1 point behind them, or level on points if we were facing that team. That's just my argument. And that's the reason why, when people talk about Haaland this and Haaland that, I have to argue that I would even say that Haaland is the detriment of Pep Guardiola. Because Pep Guardiola has already shown in the past that not every striker that comes his way, not every great striker as well that comes his way works for him. Ibrahimovic, Samuel Eto'o,
Messi.
No, Messi's worked for him because he's worked on.
Actually, no, you're right. Let me take that back. Yeah, you're right.
But players like Eto'o,
Lewandowski as well,
who is players that have won shit with other managers easy. They've gone with him. They've won shit still, but there's some sort of disagreement. There's some sort of problem. There's some sort of, and I would beg to argue that not, you know, the same as Manchester United pinpointing Ronaldo, pinpointing Pogba, pinpointing Ragnick, pinpointing fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It can't just be everyone else, man. Sometimes just pinpoint the motherfuckers employing these bitches.
Yeah.
You know, you're employing this guy, and then now you're joining the bandwagon of pointing the finger at this guy. You can't point the finger at this guy. This guy has been employed by your guys. Go to your guys that are employing him. What Pogba's got a problem with. Pogba went to Juventus, done his thing. Ronaldo, he done all right at Juventus. You know, he done good at Juventus. Not special, but he done good at Juventus. But Pogba done exceptional at Juventus.
Oh, of course.
Now, the only reason I could argue that maybe Pogba was a problem is because Pogba had problems prior. Hence, he left, got dropped, went to Juve, done his thing, got brought back. Cool. But I will not argue that fucking Pogba, as well as Ronaldo, as well as Rangnick, as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as well as that player, as well as this player, are all the problem. It's impossible.
It's something to do with the club.
Yeah, if they are all the problem, then let's go to your director of football.
Yeah.
Big man, what are you doing? Like, you know, you cop Ronaldo, you cop Pogba, like, you're clearly not good. You're not good at reading character, are you? You know what manager we have. Then you went to go and fucking cop Ronaldo or fucking Pogba back. What are you thinking? So again, like, that's why I always have that, to a degree, reservation. When we come to talking about certain managers, we come to talk about players, we talk about controversy. Pep himself is a good manager, but he always seems to have problems with certain strikers. You can't have a problem with Eto'o, man. No one else has had a problem with Eto'o, man. You know, no one else has had a problem. The manager prior to you didn't have a problem. Even
when he came to Chelsea,
Jose Mourinho didn't have a problem.
Yeah, even when he came to Chelsea.
And to be fair, I think he had 1-2 problems at Chelsea, but at the same time, who doesn't when they're nowhere near their highest level? Like, So, you know, again, Ronaldo, nowhere near his highest level, so we can't argue. But here's what it is. I'd say, as I said, Mikel Arteta being disrespected because they don't believe it. They don't think that he's the fucking man. And now he's proven that he's the man. You know, they don't want him to have the ego. They don't want him to have his chest out and be like, yeah, I am doing this. Do you get it? So that's why I think they're just attacking Mikel Arteta, honestly. So, you know, it is what it is, bro.
Can't hate the player, gotta hate the game.
And this is what we're gonna do now. This is a quick fire question, only one question. Mbappe or Haaland? I'm gonna give you only one reason. Mbappe or Haaland? You tell me.
Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe, okay. So I'll tell you now. I was Haaland. But I think it was a bit of bias. I think I was hearing, Mbappe getting contracts, snubbing teams like Real Madrid. It's like, big man, if you snub Real Madrid, you're not really the greatest fan of football, or you went to Barca.
Yeah.
That's the only two things I'm gonna hear.
And he wants to go to Real Madrid as well.
So you want to go to Real Madrid, but you snub them for some graveyard contract, like mad thing. Like, I don't know who's in the graveyard, whether it's PSG or Mbappe. Someone's in the graveyard for that deal. And then furthermore, like, bro, like, you don't want to go to Barcelona? So you snubbed Real Madrid and you don't want to go to Barcelona. The only other option is you're not a fan of football. You don't really love football too much. Or money means more than football. Do you know what I mean? And that's for me, yeah. Whenever people throw any signs in that direction, I just like switch off on them.
Yeah.
You know, I recognize he was a great player.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know what, I had my reservations. You're playing in France, and now Real Madrid come calling, and you said you want to play for Real Madrid, but now you're acting like a little bitch, and you're taking some fucking mad thing contract. But I personally, I mean, I know money makes people go wild.
Yeah.
But I know also Real Madrid are not going to pay him to be fucking poor.
Nah,
he was not going to be in poverty. He was not going to not be comparable with some of the top earners in the world. So it's just like, big man, the contract you took, like, it was almost like, PSG, it's like, listen, we'll even give you a part of the club. Yeah, fuck it, give it. Then I'll do it.
Yeah.
So, you don't sign that contract, man. You just say, listen, big man, it's been great and I might come back towards the end. When I still got legs, more legs than what you got, but not enough, but probably not enough legs to stay at Real Madrid. But, bro, listen, you disrespect Real Madrid, they don't want to see they don't even want to see, they don't want your name attached to their history.
Nah, it's done now.
So it's, I won't lie.
Yeah.
He angered me a little bit, and I held a bit of bias to him. I have to be real when it comes to the Mbappe story. But
as a player,
bro, Mbappe is fucking. He's amazing. Man. He's amazing. He's a monster.
He's amazing. If anything, he's the best young player in the world right now.
Bro, he done it for France for so many years, and you know it's easy for me to ignore France, bro. Very, very easy. Not disrespect. I'm all for all you Français. I'm sorry. But the Premier League is much better. You know, I don't know what to say. But you know, on the real, like, sorry to say, but you don't say no to some of the teams that Mbappe just basically said no to based on that contract. So yeah, he threw me off a little bit. But fucking hell, man. He done it in the World Cup, bruh.
A hat-trick in the World Cup. Final.
Bro, he scored a hat-trick in the World Cup, and then he scored one more penalty. Like, you know, Mbappe is the fucking business.
And he got the golden boot.
Yeah, he got a golden boot. You know? Some would argue that Haaland don't have a team, you know, that he can, you know, rely on to help him, you know. But then again, I would argue that if Mbappe played for a small team, he'll probably be able to do more for that small team than Haaland. But only because, you know, Haaland is like, he's like a Van Nistelrooy 2.0.
Yeah, unless Haaland, because remember, he's born in Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless Haaland comes to... for England, then.
Ayo, Haaland, come to England.
Come to England, bro.
It's a myth. It's a myth. I think he's already made senior appearances. You know,
he's not, right now in the Prem, he's just doing bits, man. Already, your first season in the Prem, and you've got 22 goals, right? And guess how many games are left to play? 23.
More than half.
23 games left to play. This guy's got 22 goals. What are we saying?
In other words, you can almost expect another 30 goals in the next 23. Yeah. I mean, I really hope that he doesn't absolutely trash the record, not to be a fucking hater, but just to put a little respect on the Premier League and some of the fucking talents that have been there.
Yeah,
but people would never actually get the fact that I would still pick Henry over Haaland. I would still pick...
100%, bro.
I'll still pick, I'll still pick Aguero even over Haaland. Personally, prime Aguero. Only because in the game that nothing is going right in your midfield.
And somehow...
someone... Like, bro, put it this way.
Bro, somehow make magic happen.
In that 2012 final game of the season, QPR...
Oh, man.
You know, I reckon... Not to say that Haaland can't. Yeah. But I'm just saying that Aguero grafted a bit more than what a normal striker grafts to get a goal.
Aguero!
That wins it. Yeah, I mean... And you know, I just don't think that I would ever hear Haaland's name in the same light.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You know, not a problem, but, you know, again, for Man City, Aguero got that because it was like, yo, oh my God, he's about to score the goal that's going to make fucking 55-year history.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And like Haaland is sort of like, oh, well, you know, off the back of, you know, a pass from the best fucking passer in history, one of the best passers in history, you know what I mean? You know, the difference in comparison, bro, Joleon Lescott was not a great defender, you know? So Joleon Lescott being one of the players behind you, arguably, you know, doesn't you know, it speaks better of you. It makes you look like, yeah, man, you had to put up with Joleon Lescott when there were actually players. You know, he wasn't in the top 10 at the time that he was there. Yeah. So there's actually at least 10 players that you could put above him in the Premier League. And Joleon Lescott. So, you know, again, like I just look at Aguero, that specific game, and I just try and imagine Haaland in that situation. And I just don't see Haaland being able to graft. You know, they're defending so tight that it's like, you're not getting anything into the box. You're not getting anything into a nice area. It's just like anything that goes into a nice area, there is 8 men, like bare next to each other, like crossing arms, like, yo, you're not getting... We shall not be moved. Like, bro, them man were fucking camping out, bro.
Yeah.
To the point that Joe Hart was taking throw-ins at the halfway line. Bro, do you know what I would do if I'm a striker? Yeah, and Joe Hart's about to take a throw-in. I'll see Joe Hart running up. I would ignore my gaffer and I'll do the biggest 100-meter dash to try and intercept that and get that extra goal that makes them fucking really not get that Aguero moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, Hart is going all the way. They were really just camped out in their fucking box. Like, yo, you know what? We'll take the draw. You're not getting nothing. We'll take the draw. Oh, shit, we scored. We're above you. Oh, you know what? We're even taking that. We don't even want to play no more. We're just going to park the bus. And, bro, for me, like, what Aguero had to put up with in that game, like, Haaland has been in similar situations where he's not scored.
Yeah.
And, the streets will forget that there has been a few games that Haaland didn't score in.
Sure.
So, it's not like he's scored in every single game or I scored 1 or 2 in every game. He did have a few games of misses and a few games of 3 to 4 goals. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, every striker has his day, innit? So, sometimes you ain't got your shooting boots on.
Exactly.
It happens, yeah.
So you got to look in the long term and think, there's loads of players like Aguero and all these, man, that have done their thing. But you know what, yeah? Let's end on this note, yeah? And you can you give me your input on this, yeah?
Okay.
Because these men are fucking criticizing the one and only Don Juan Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah? Even though I don't... To be honest with you, let me tell you the truth. He's not even my top number 1 player, bro. I am one of the few motherfuckers that put... Maybe not few, maybe loads of people do it. But I'm one of the motherfuckers that put Ronaldo de Lima and Ronaldinho over Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh,
and the reason why is because as much as I appreciate the goals and the numbers, I also appreciate what my eyes saw.
Yeah.
And what my eyes saw those two guys do was shit that, yes, Ronaldo has done a lot and done some shit that's close to that, but I don't think Ronaldo's done exactly what I've seen them man do. And 2 World Cups would argue that I ain't lying.
Yeah.
But goals would argue that he is probably one of the most determined players. But fam, Ronaldinho and Ronaldo de Lima are above him in my fucking top goal list anyway. So I'm not even so much I'm not defending him. But they said that Mbappe has to score 40 goals for the next 10 seasons and Haaland has to score 42 or was it 43 goals for the next 12 seasons to equal the amount of goals as Ronaldo. Yo, guys, that's your motherfucking GOAT. You fans that are disrespecting him, that's your motherfucking GOAT. The best player right now that's smashing Premier League records has to continue to do so for the next 12 years.
Stress.
Yeah? and I would argue that, the fact that Ronaldo treats his body so well.
At his age.
Not even his age, but like throughout his whole career, treats his body so well that injury was very kind to him. Even the few injury was kind to him. And let's deep it as well. Guys, sorry, I'm going on. Ronaldo used to get lifted in the air throughout in the Premier League. Yeah. Like people used to look at Ronaldo, look at the ball, and just say, yep, Ronaldo. Yeah, they used to lift him in the air, put studs on his fucking shins, and like I remember that Morrison one, Middlesbrough. Bro, that guy looks at him, yeah. He's walking with him. Ronaldo's walking down the sideline. He's walking with him, and he just runs in and says, "Yep, ankles only," and lifts him up. Ronaldo, luckily, is not planted on the floor because what would have happened is he would have smashed the ankle into pieces, and that might have not been the same Ronaldo now.
Yeah.
But again, people need to understand he's gone through all of that. So what he has to do to the amount of investment that he puts in his body. The investment they put in his body to make sure that he dodges injuries, he dodges this, he stays as fit as possible. That is the reason why he can do 40. That's the reason why he done so many goals and why people like Haaland, despite being on fuckery and everyone seeing it, it's still a crazy record to hear 42 goals per season for the next 12 years. Yes. That's your goal, guys. You get me? Ballers Corner. My brother, Wiz Warren.
Thank you so much.
Love for coming through. Anytime, and definitely going to see you up in here again.
Of course,
you get me?
Of course. Love it,
man. Ballers Corners episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. It's meant to be a bit shorter than this, but motherfuckers, fuck it. We gave you a better taster of this motherfucker.
It was much needed. Guys, make sure you tune in to What You Telling Me podcast, man. This is the one right now.
What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me? What you telling me, though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's One Delts. What you telling me, fam?